Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a massive shift in the world of high-tech manufacturing. Russia has just taken a huge step toward making its own microchips without relying on foreign tech. We are going to break down how they pulled off a major laser breakthrough, why it took them over 50 years to get here, and what this means for the global tech market. Stick around until the end, because the details on their full lithography setup might just surprise you. Russia has made a major leap toward reducing its reliance on imported semiconductor manufacturing technology by developing its first domestic Excimer laser prototypes for photolithography. In August 2026, companies affiliated with the Moscow-based Lithography Group produced experimental samples of a technology essential for manufacturing microelectronics at process nodes of 65 nanometers and below. To fully understand why this is such a huge deal, we have to look back at how Russia went from scientific breakthroughs to relying completely on foreign suppliers. The development is of particular importance due to the fact that Excimer laser technology was first developed in Russia. Nikolai Basov and his colleagues at the P.N. Lebedev Physical Institute in Moscow unveiled the world's first Excimer laser in 1971. Following its development in the Soviet Union in 1970. However, Russia failed to establish mass production of the powerful Excimer lasers necessary for semiconductor photolithography, despite this early scientific breakthrough. Foreign manufacturers eventually dominated the technology that originated in the Soviet Union. Right now, only a handful of places build these super high-powered lasers. If you follow us over at Altitude Addicts, you know how much we love tracking deep dives into complex tech like this. The global market for high-power argon fluoride immersion laser systems is mainly dominated by Japan's Gigaphoton and America's Cymer, which is a member of the Dutch ASML group. This concentration posed a major obstacle for nations that were actively seeking to establish independent semiconductor manufacturing capabilities. That extreme bottleneck is exactly why the Lithography Group kicked off a long-term development program to rebuild their capabilities from scratch. For several years, Russia has been trying to re-establish this capability. In 2021, the Lithography Group started the development of Excimer lasers for lithography. 2 demonstration models had been produced by its Optosystems subsidiary by 2023. Nevertheless, the transition from laboratory prototypes to completely developed experimental systems was challenging due to the absence of domestic lithography machines in Russia, which were expected to be used to operate these lasers. This led to the development of a technological bottleneck. The development of the laser was challenging in the absence of a broader lithography ecosystem, and the development of the lithography system was equally challenging in the absence of a domestic laser source. So how did they break that endless loop? Well, Russia finally started assembling its very own domestic lithography ecosystem. The situation began to shift as Russian organizations expedited the development of indigenous photolithography equipment. There are 2 principal initiatives that are particularly significant. The Zelenograd Nanotechnology Center is in the process of creating lithography systems that are designed to accommodate process technologies that are 130, 90, and eventually 65 nanometers. Simultaneously, the Institute for Physics of Microstructures of the Russian Academy of Sciences in Nizhny Novgorod is developing more ambitious lithography technologies. Look, sticking around for the rest of this breakdown is totally worth it, because up next we are diving straight into the actual wavelength numbers and the realistic commercial timeline. Lithography has gained the missing infrastructure necessary to transition its Excimer lasers from laboratory demonstrations to practical industrial systems as a result of the development of domestic lithographers. All of this effort laid the groundwork for what turned out to be a major 193 nanometer breakthrough. The breakthrough came in 2026. Lithography created 2 Excimer lasers that operate at a wavelength of 193 nanometers as part of the Progress 130 initiative. This wavelength is of particular significance due to the widespread use of 193 nanometer ultraviolet lasers in deep ultraviolet photolithography. The achievement marks an important transition from simply demonstrating the underlying technology to integrating it into an actual semiconductor manufacturing system. The significance of the program had been previously emphasized by Russian officials. During a visit to Lasard's Troitsk production facility in September 2024, Deputy Minister of Industry and Trade Vasily Shpak stated that the group was the sole Russian organization that was independently developing this type of technology. Testing was scheduled for 2025, and 2 samples had already been manufactured at that time. Fast forward to today, and domestic lithography has officially reached the active testing stage. By August 2026, the development had progressed substantially further. Russia completed the 3rd stage of development work on a domestic photolithography system designed for 130 nanometer process technology. The Russian semiconductor market is relatively small, and the system employs 200 millimeter wafers, which is deemed appropriate. The Lasard Excimer lasers are reported to have successfully completed testing and exhibited characteristics that are comparable to those of their foreign counterparts. A dedicated measurement and control test stand and photomasks that were developed domestically have also been produced by the project. This means Russia is no longer developing an isolated laser. An entire semiconductor lithography ecosystem is in the process of being assembled around it. Now, if you're wondering why everyone is making such a massive fuss over a simple laser, let us break down why it matters so much. An Excimer laser is fundamentally a high-power ultraviolet gas laser. It is the light source necessary for the transfer of incredibly small circuit patterns from photomasks onto silicon wafers in semiconductor manufacturing. Excimer lasers are extensively used in ophthalmology for vision correction procedures, in addition to their applications in semiconductors. Nevertheless, the significance of semiconductor manufacturing is much higher. Sophisticated photolithography equipment is incapable of operation in the absence of an appropriate high-power ultraviolet light source. This renders the Excimer laser a critical component of the semiconductor production chain. If you are enjoying this deep dive, make sure to hit subscribe to support Altitude Addicts so we can keep bringing you content like this. Stay with us because we still need to look at whether they can actually build these on a massive scale. Laboratory tests are great, but commercial production is where things usually get tricky. Commercialization, however, remains ahead. Commercial discussions with the Zelenograd Nanotechnology Center are expected to begin in 2027, as the Russian lithography project is reportedly operating several months behind schedule. It is estimated that the cost of a single lithography machine is approximately 542.2 million rubles. In the next 5 to 7 years, Russia is expected to require between 15 and 25 of these systems for domestic use. For Excimer lasers themselves, the reported plan is to begin serial production after 2026, initially producing at least 5 units annually. That would represent a dramatic change from the previous situation, in which Russia was entirely reliant on foreign suppliers for this critical technology. Even with that timeline, imported raw materials remain a major weak point in the supply chain. The achievement does not mean that Russia has eliminated all external dependencies. One of the major remaining challenges is the availability of optical materials. Some specialized optical materials are still imported, despite the demonstration of domestic laser system production. If Russia aims to expand production substantially, that dependence could become a major constraint. Building a truly independent semiconductor ecosystem therefore requires more than manufacturing the laser itself. Russia will require domestic sources for specialized optics, materials, electronics, precision components, and other technologies necessary to sustain industrial production. Despite these roadblocks, this milestone could end up positioning Russia as a potential third global producer. The importance of the 2026 prototypes should not be overlooked, despite these constraints. Russia is not yet challenging the world's most advanced semiconductor manufacturing technologies. In the current global semiconductor industry, a 130 nanometer lithography platform is far from the cutting edge. But technological sovereignty does not necessarily begin at the cutting edge. It begins by rebuilding previously unavailable capabilities. Russia is currently making efforts to bridge the gap between scientific innovation and industrial production, more than 5 decades after Soviet scientists developed the Excimer laser. Russia could become the third country to have domestic mass production of Excimer lasers for semiconductor photolithography if Lasard's experimental systems can be transformed into reliable serial production machines. The immediate objective may be 130 nanometers. The more significant objective is significantly more significant: the establishment of an industrial foundation that will enable Russia to progress toward a more self-sufficient semiconductor industry and smaller process nodes in the future. Thanks for watching this breakdown on Altitude Addicts. We thank the people who have liked and shared the videos and subscribed to the channel. We also thank the people who have hyped the videos